Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Douglas Trumbull.
This show. Oh, thank you. The Lifetime Achievement Award does not go to Gravity. I am sorry. It is my very, very great honor to present the VES Lifetime Achievement Award to my very long-time, old friend, John Dykstra. Let's give John a big hand. When you get on in years, Lifetime Achievement Awards keep coming. But this is not the end, I can assure you. It's just the beginning of more really great work from John Dykstra. I'm not even going to list all the nominations, Academy Awards, and statues, and plaques, and stuff that John has. And he's already been recognized as a major force in our industry, and it's a real great pleasure to do this. John and I began working together a long time ago in a galaxy far away or something like that. This was a weird galaxy, which at the time was totally different from this one. It was a galaxy of cameras and lenses and motors and gears and tracks and physical stuff. Right, John? So John was a young industrial design student out of Long Beach State College. He was introduced by my friend Wayne Smith. We all ended up working together extensively. And there are many others that I'm not going to list tonight, but many of these guys are still here. Many of us that I've had the great pleasure to work with over the years. So we've had a great time together. And what happened was movie magic. And that kind of magic was something that drew us to this industry in a way that we were not drawn to machine shops or optical labs or denture fabrication factories. We all loved movies for some crazy reason, and many of us came from very divergent sources. I was very fortunate that my father had been in the movie business before I even knew he was. He worked the tiger's tail in The Wizard of Oz with a fishing rod. That was a really great practical effect. So John was unique at that time, and he's still unique now. And George Lucas saw it, and I saw it, and over the years, many other people have seen John's skills. And one of the things that I would like to say about a guy like John, and there are others in this room that have these rare qualities of being the guy that somebody at a studio can look to and say, I really trust this horse to win my race. And that's a very rare quality. There's a lot of talents in this room, but John's ability to motivate people, keep a project on track, and bring it to the finish line is one of the unique attributes of his talents. And it means solving all kinds of hairy problems, being ingenious, being intelligent, working alongside artists, designers, engineers, mathematicians, electronics engineers, software designers, and all the stuff that our industry has now become, which is totally different from what it was when we started together. And John and I have successfully crossed the tragic abyss of the transition from celluloid film to digital. And yeah, we're still here to talk about it. John and I And my company, Entertainment Effects Group, and John's company, Apogee, were arch competitors for many years. I don't know how many of you know the story, but both of our companies ultimately went down. And one of the people that worked at John's company was my dad. And it's kind of a long story of how we had worked on Silent Running together. We had a ball. We were all kids. We were trying to figure it out and how to do something very cheap. The whole budget for this movie was very low. And John was there that I could trust him totally. Once he got the drift of what we wanted to do, he could do it, and I just didn't have to think about that problem anymore because it would all happen, it would be great. And Silent Running is something I'm very proud of. And after that movie, I thought, well, I'm a director now. I don't do special effects. I'm gonna direct, and I'm gonna write, and I'm gonna do all this stuff. And so I was turning down effects jobs, and I turned down George Lucas when he asked me to do Star Wars. Now, I don't regret it, it's okay. But he did ask John, he actually asked me, George called me and said, well, do you mind if I take your crew? Your dad, your best friend, all your other best friends. And I said, yeah, I think that's a great idea. You should do it, and they should do it. And John called me and he said, Doug, is it okay? I said, yeah, it's great. Good for you. So Star Wars, with this man's command, became one of the transformational movies of this industry. So thank you, John. I wanted to say one thing. I think Alfonso is here. I had the very great pleasure of receiving a cold email from Alfonso asking me to go look at Gravity before it opened. I said, well, why? And I think he wanted some kind of approval because I'd done 2001. And he got it in spades. Thank you. Bravo, Alfonso. Great job. So we went on, my partner Richard Urasich and I were doing Close Encounters. John was doing Star Wars. And these two movies came head to head at the Academy Awards. Hey. And John won. Bravo. We're very happy. We were arch competitors, but really good friends. And so that was a great thing. And then this other movie came along, Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which was a hugely troubled, monstrously screwed up movie. And I was under contract at Paramount, and I could not wait to get out of there. And so they finally begged me to do this movie, and I said, okay, I'll do it if I can get out of my contract, because I want to go someplace else. And my company joined with my arch competitor, Apogee, and we made Star Trek: The Motion Picture together and got it done. Not at the greatest movie of all time, but it was proof again that anything is possible. And that guys like John and I, who believe that anything is possible, can actually make that happen. And one of the things I'd like to finally say is that my dad, who worked with John for how many years, John? 18 years. John called my dad Pappy. This was great. I trusted John with my dad, so thank you. John Dykstra.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Thank you very much. And you know, this is like family. This is where I started and probably where I'll finish. Those of you who know me are probably surprised I've made it this far. The thing that was so great about going into working in the film business was when I started, I was in college and I was a designer and I wasn't really that excited about what I was doing. And I went to work at Doug's facility, and this was 40 years ago. And I met a group of people, Doug, and all of the family that is sort of the people that I have continued to work with throughout my life, sort of rematriculated into this school of learning every day something new. And lots of, well, you know, you get the script and it says, unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you go, how the hell are we going to do that? So it was a joy because every day I went to work was presented with a new challenge. We had a huge amount of fun. There was incredible friendship. I keep saying family, but that truly is. These people are my family. And to receive this award, to be a part of the prestigious fraternity of people who have received this award is just phenomenal for me. And I want to thank you. And to have an award that's been given to me by people who do what I do and understand what this is all about is overwhelming. So that's it. Thanks so much.